Hello, guys, and welcome to the next episode of wicso. Today we're gonna see a lot of things happen. Maybe not a lot, but it's a setup for the next few episodes. First part, the Indians finally, um, so some people finally go. God, this time it was just the wrong pen. Oh God. Already things go wrong. I just got back from school. God. Because if you don't know why I'm still in school, yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all. And they finally explore all of these islands and even get into northern Australia. Because they got so far down, they could probably also find like a lot of Australia. Being a giant island. Or a continent at this point. I think it's a continent. I always saw it as an island, but I think it's a continent. It's the smallest continent because it's not bigger than Europe. Europe isn't that big of a continent, if they really think about it. That we have explored almost all of the old world. Last thing we need to explore is like Siberia, which will be explored in a sec. They go up and see like, oh, there's a lot of area and we could maybe set up something here. So they expand into this and kind of also find all of this, with the old world being explored. With that, we're gonna see a lot of new countries rising up along the newer world. First country is gonna set up on the rest of this island and even go into Asia itself, like onto the continent. And firstly, expanding massively, with them claiming themselves as the first and superior Siberian country. But obviously this will not last long, with a lot of Siberian countries being born really soon. But firstly, the Green Team expands. With all of this new land to gain, the Green Team really loves getting big. Getting big they do, with them going a lot farther into Asia. Them, I think, barely being transcontinental, actually. Yeah, they're transcontinental with the Ural Mountains. They crossed the Ural Mountains already. With them now starting to go up, and this will be their final expansion for a long, long time. Just giant, though. They're big. They're a big force. You need to say that. They're a giant force you don't want to mess with. The Indians will expand into Persia further. Then finally building up this kind of a panhandle here. With a tribe of Indian people breaking off from India itself and building their own Persian country, which is only Persian. It also goes into the Stan area of our timeline, but it's still a Persian country that now exists. And now, with all of this, France also makes their first landing within Africa. With Africa starting to get more popular along the great powers. them making 2 landings, and the Iberians also making a landing around here, which is gonna set up a lot of things soon enough. With Africa slowly being colonized, without even the colonization not even being like a trend. It's just they don't even have a word for it because it's not a thing for them, but they're doing it kind of. Them just wanting to go to Africa because there's stuff there. Even Denmark makes a landing along the African coast, which happens for a lot of countries now. A lot of countries will just be landing on the African coast now because they want to grab a piece of this thing. Even Germany will get 2 pieces, with them also heading around here just to get that. A lot of the African coastline just being gone because colonial powers, I guess, though they don't see themselves as colonial powers. They see it as a part of their initial land, not as a colony. It's still kind of a colonial position, which is funny. But yeah, the Ireland War. This will be not decided for a long time. Even the Balkan Union makes their way into Africa, them landing here in the Horn of Africa. Because they recently won a war, they have expanded into Central Balkans. Oh yeah, we're gonna do Japan updates from now on. Daily, but we're gonna do a Japan updates. The first thing is that a war breaks out between these 2 Japans, because they have the biggest rivalry, with this Japan's capital even being captured, which blocks this front, which collapses, with the army of these Japanese moving on to the entire country, capturing all of them. And this now non-existent, and we're gonna remove their capital. So Japan is almost united at this point. With the new gained power, new gained strength, they now start to head into Korea, with them making a good landing into southern Korea. But not that much happens just yet because they have just recently gotten out of war, so they get like to here and then they stop for now, which is still good claims. I'm kind of sick, so don't expect much from this right now. Now Germany proposes something. If we all want a part of Africa, what if we split Africa up? And they're like, I don't know. Africa's just... There's also still, like, countries in Africa. 2 countries to be exact that are not in Europe. So, I don't know. Now with Tunisia, aka Northern Africa. If you don't know, it's my favorite country. But I'm not giving them any benefits because of that. But it's my favorite country in the series. They expand a bit, but they immediately stop because right now they don't have that much stuff to really expand. The red team tries an independence movement and tries to break free from the blue team's shackles. So what they do, if something like this revolts, I'm gonna do this, like a lighter cutter, and then I'm gonna start invading. Them invading into the blue team. This catches the blue team off guard and could maybe reseal the complete independence and the complete freedom of the red team, which a lot of countries don't really want to see, but maybe it happens. with the red team moving forward and capturing a lot of the army, the blue team surrenders. The first thing that happens is the red team's independence is recognized. Not under control of any country, with the red team regaining a lot of land. But for now it's not that much, because they're still a really small country, but they have at least rebuilt themselves a bit. Now Germany, with no one accepting their treaty, just says, okay, your problem, I don't really care. They wanted to go to South Africa until they see that Scandinavia has landed in Southern Africa. With them seeing that there are resources here, so they have landed down here. And now the first treaty of Africa is made. It's in Berlin. The first treaty of Africa is discussed. And yeah, there's going to be multiple treaties of Africa. The first treaty just says that that Germany will get this. Scandinavia will have completely consolidated the claims up to here, with them owning all of this. That the purple team has officially claimed a bit of land. I'm just gotta draw it in. And that the purple team officially owns this. The rest is gonna be discussed in the future treaties, because this is the first treaty of Africa. We just discussed this. But there are gonna be more treaties. Don't worry, guys. There are gonna be more treaties of Africa. There's not just gonna be one treaty of Africa. But the next treaty will be much later. So late, actually, that the Indians further expand their claims onto Madagascar, with them expanding up to around here. And also starting to head further into Central Africa, to the dismay of the Balkan Union, which is right next to them. For some reason, that's like the exact same color as the Persian Union. I think the Persia should have a different color. That looks good. Persia is not this color. Well, that looks too close to the Italians. What about this? This does not look close to like anything except for Poland. African Union. African Union. North Africa / Tunisia. Bit brighter, that should be, yeah, that's good. Doesn't look similar to anything. Yeah, a lot of the African coast is gone. And that's gonna be it for this video. Tune into the next one. Bye.